As a manager or leader, have you ever lost a super talented employee that you just couldn't stand to lose, but they just decided to move on? One of the greatest losses to a company is to lose very talented people. Well, let me tell you about a story of how NASA lost one of its most promising and talented interns just a few years ago because the managers at NASA were unaware of the strengths of this individual. I know this person personally. In fact, he used to work for me. So I want to tell you about, we'll call him Chris, how he decided to leave NASA. As a high school junior, between his junior and senior year, he took an internship with NASA and did a wonderful job. The next year, he also took an internship with NASA. And Chris really was amazed that he could work at NASA. Well, they gave him a project that was supposed to take 3 months. Chris, being the brilliant coder that he is, he finished his project in 2 weeks. And rather than being celebrated and getting kudos for doing great work, he was kind of getting pressured to slow down. You're making the rest of us look bad. He told me on the first day of working for me in this great company that we both worked for, he said, I knew right then I could not work for the government because I need freedom to work at my own pace. Well, turns out I knew Chris's top 5 strengths, and his number 1 strength was achiever. And I just heard him talk about what he needed in a workplace. He needed freedom to work at his own pace. Well, I happened to hand him a theme insight card for the achiever strength. And I said, Chris, will you read what it says that achievers need? And he read word for word, freedom to work at my own pace. So I said, Chris, if your managers knew that you needed freedom to work at your own pace, that you are a pace setter, they could have given you another project. They could have celebrated the speed and pace with which you did that project. But because they didn't know your strengths and they didn't know that there's a need that corresponds to each strength, they lost you. And their loss is our gain here. So what is the point in telling you this story? The point is that you are at risk every day for losing some of your most talented employees. If you don't understand their strengths, if you don't understand their needs, there's no question that they could walk out the door and surprise you and shock you by leaving your company and leaving you in the lurch. What's the solution? Well, the solution is to know the strengths of all your employees, to use the theme insight cards from Gallup to understand what each strength is, what it does, what it brings to a team, and what it needs. And then to hire one of thousands of certified Gallup strengths coaches to come in and help you deeply understand the strengths and needs of everyone on your executive team, everyone in your organization that you would like to retain. At SOAR.com, we have over 2,000 certified strengths coaches who can come in to almost any local region in the country and in 40 countries around the world and help you as an executive, help you as a leader, help you as a manager to deeply understand the strengths and the needs of your team. We don't want you to lose your talent, and now you can take steps to make sure that that doesn't happen.